This is the honey badger. Watch it run in slow motion. It's pretty badass. Look, it runs all over the place. Oh, the honey badgers are just crazy. The honey badger has been referred to by the Guinness Book of World Records as the most fearless animal in all of the animal kingdom. It really doesn't give a shit. Honey badger don't give a shit. It just takes what it wants. Whenever it's hungry, it just, ew, and it eats snakes. The honey badgers have a fairly long body, but a distinctly thick-set, broad shoulders, and, you know, their skin is loose, allowing them to move about freely, and they twist around. Now look, here's a house full of bees. You think the honey badger can...
As we ramp up some production to get more of this old footage out before patch 1.0 literally ruins everything and everyone that is slightly a YouTuber and has some pre-recorded stuff. I mean, Quickie Baby doesn't care. He's just like, what replay should I pick? That one is shitty enough. Yes, do it. This is the tier 10 tank destroyer, the Badger. Literally a mobile bunker. 300 and I do believe 35mm of frontal hull armor, with a lower plate made out of cardboard for some reason. I don't... Weird. And these are going to be 2 games that I've played in the Badger. Literally the only 2 games I have played in the Badger because I hated it. I hate it. I will never play it again. It will be collecting dust in my garage. I will not even pull it out of the garage if it's needed for Clan Wars. I've taken off all the equipment. I've taken off all the consumables. The crew is in the 183 playing with their big gun. The Badger is shit, in my opinion. The DPM might be amazing. Your armor might be amazing. The mobility leaves to be desired. Oh, does it leave to be desired? But the problem is, everyone knows about the Badger. The Badger looks like a bunker. No one is gonna sit in front of a Jaeger and expecting, yeah, I'll survive this, no problem, or I'll come out of this unscathed. No one is gonna sit in front of the Badger thinking, oh, I'll come out of this unscathed. His DPM is only 40 million. What? I mean, I could easily kill him. Especially if he's hull down. I'm just going to sit here and shoot at his hull down 400mm effective armor. No one is doing that. So the moment you find yourself in a hull down position, none of the enemy is going to be stupid enough to drive out in front of your gun. I say no one is stupid enough. I mean, people are stupid enough to do this. But most of the people that know this game don't do it, which means that I'm gonna have to move in my Badger, which means that I'm going to have to expose my side armor, my back armor, my tracks, my limited gun traverse, and my huge silhouette. And with that huge silhouette and lots of armor comes the fact that it has no engine power. It is slow. It is really slow. There's a reason it's called a mobile bunker. This is not 268 version 4 levels of speed. This is quite the opposite. This is a continuation of the entire line. That is the 82, 88, 87, 8015 Tortoise, and then the FV217 Badger. The only reason I played this entire line and skipped out on the Tortoise and the 82 and the 88, the 87, played the 8015 and regretted every single moment of it, was to get the 183 before it got removed to be replaced with the Badger. I had no real intention to ever grind this line. I hate the playstyle. It is no playstyle. It is hope that the enemy is stupid enough to sit in front of you to use your DPM. That's what this entire line is about. Now, Wargaming did buff this entire line. The 88 has some amazing armor now. The 87 is still good armor. The Tortoise had the massive cupola weak spot buffed, so I actually sometimes bounce shots of it. That's weird. That feels unnatural to me. So when you think you get an open map and you're like, yes, I can now actually use the Badger at long distance, it might actually be good. Instead I got Ensk. This one of the smallest city maps that is in the game. And trust me, I'm not going to go into the field with 3 enemy artillery. I would have been priority number 1 for them. There would have been no driving, there would have been no anything. That would have only been stun and anger and wondering why Wargaming still has the stun feature in the game. Still not a fan, not gonna be a fan ever. Not quite sure how that modeling worked from there with Wargaming. But I have no room to maneuver, really. I have no turret. I'm really big. I'm a fat tank. So the best I can do is sit on this corner and wait until I've had enough. Because I have had enough of just sitting and waiting on that corner. Yeah, I might be proxy spotted now, but I was spotted nonetheless already in that position. I barely fit through this gap. This is how big and shit the tortoise is. And it doesn't really matter how much armor you actually have, because the Japanese heavy tanks don't give a flying monkeys. Even the weak spot of that on the Type 4 Heavy was a bounce. Now I have 480 alpha. Not quite sure what my penetration is, but it is actually mediocre. I checked, it is 272 millimeters, which is still more than the apparent 240, if I'm not quite mistaken, weak spot on the Type 4 Heavy, which was at that point angled to about 260 millimeters. So I should have been able to pen it, but no, not with the Badger, not with this tank. And again, I'm quite in front of anyone here trying to get more damage out. I'm speeding as much as I can, which is not really that possible with the Badger. Yet I will still be too late pretty much everywhere. Look how fast the enemy team died. We were pretty much neck and neck right before I started driving, and now not so much anymore. However, with this DPM I can actually keep the enemy Badger tracked and get some tracking damage out of it as well. But again, the speed is just lacking a bit. I feel that this tank would be much better in an open map with slight ridge lines where I can use the gun depression and be hull down, but instead what I get is city maps, and I have not given this tank really a chance, but it is the playstyle of it as well that doesn't really appeal to me. So here we are, the only 2 games I've played in the Badger, and they will remain the only 2 games I will ever play in the Badger.